Welcome to Octagon News. In today's video, we'll cover some hot topics shaking up the MMA world. The last man to defeat Alex Pereira in kickboxing has some strong words for the champ, and Cody Garbrandt gives an update on his UFC future. Plus, Conor McGregor is in the spotlight with yet another incident, and Jon Jones addresses recent steroid allegations. Stay tuned for all this and more. Former UFC bantamweight champion Cody Garbrandt has given his thoughts on his immediate future with the promotion. Many years ago, Cody Garbrandt shocked the world. He outfought and outthought Dominic Cruz in a one-sided display to capture the UFC bantamweight championship. However, he didn't go on to have the dominant reign many were hoping for. Since losing the strap to TJ Dillashaw, he's never really been able to climb the ladder again. He's been forced to recover from numerous setbacks, and this month, he'll try and get back on track when he collides with Miles Johns. In a recent interview, Cody spoke candidly about what the future could look like for him. I'm still going through some things with the UFC. This is my last fight on the contract, so I've got to get together with them and see what we can come up with. I'd love to re-sign. I love the UFC. I think especially where the sport is going. I love mixed martial arts. Obviously, UFC is the premier league to fight in, but you know, money talks. What do you think the future holds for Cody Garbrandt? Do you believe he can make a comeback and return to his former glory? Share your thoughts. Following yet another brutal knockout victory in the Octagon, it's safe to say that almost everyone within the combat sports world believes that Alex Pereira is one of the best strikers in the UFC. We say almost everyone because the last man to beat him in kickboxing, Artem has now come out to slam Pereira for being a one-punch specialist. The Russian breaks down UFC 307 ahead of his upcoming debut on Dana White's Contender series later this week. In just 3 short years, Alex Pereira has gone from promotional newcomer to the single biggest superstar on the active UFC roster, having joined the MMA world leader back in 2021 after suffering a razor-close decision loss to Artem in Glory Kickboxing. Given how Vakitov will get the chance to join Pereira as a UFC fighter later this week, the Russian has now come out to give his opinion on the Brazilian's recent knockout of Khalil Rountree Jr. at UFC 307. I don't think that he's the best striker because to have just one good punch, that doesn't mean that he's a really good striker. A real striker is someone who has a lot of combinations, very different opportunities. You know, he just fought well with one punch and is good at delivering it, but you know, that doesn't mean anything. UFC heavyweight champion Jon Jones has joked with fans who are teasing him over his incredible new physique. As we know, Jon Jones is set to defend his UFC heavyweight championship next month. He'll do so against Stipe Miocic, a man who many consider to be the greatest heavyweight of all time. Of course, Jones wants to lay claim to that accolade, which is one of the reasons why he's fighting Stipe instead of Tom Aspinall. The logic doesn't make sense to some, given that Aspinall is a dominant interim champion, but such is the nature of mixed martial arts. Recently, Jon posted pictures of himself that seemed to show him in even better shape than he was in for his heavyweight debut. After some fans suggested he may be using performance-enhancing drugs again, he couldn't help but retaliate on social media. They were just calling me fat, now I'm on steroids, I love it. There are so many different questions to be asked when it comes to the return of Jon Jones. The most important perhaps surrounds his future after this contest. Some believe that he will retire regardless of what the result is at Madison Square Garden, whereas others think he'll want to challenge himself against Tom Aspinall. Whatever the case may be, things are heating up. And you can bet Jon will keep having fun along the way. What do you think is next for Jon Jones after the fight with Stipe Miocic? Also, who do you think would win in a fight between Jones and Aspinall? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Conor McGregor, who's currently on a break from his UFC career, attended a recent Champions League match between Arsenal and Paris Saint-Germain. After the game, McGregor, who had been watching from a VIP box, found his way onto the pitch. He was seen having a friendly kickabout with Arsenal stars Declan Rice and Bukayo Saka, including playfully throwing leg kicks at Saka. Although the interaction was lighthearted, fans were concerned about Saka's well-being due to his importance to Arsenal and his recent injury history. The incident has prompted Arsenal to reconsider their protocols around VIP guests interacting with players. Reports indicate that McGregor was not officially authorized to be on the field. However, since he was with players, security didn't initially intervene. The club is also reportedly seeking to distance itself from McGregor's brand due to his controversial reputation, a factor that adds complexity to public perception surrounding Arsenal. Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed the video. See you next time.